Hello and welcome to our Paxton Creek Mini-Basin PC-3E Total Sewer Replacement and Stormwater Improvements Project, acquisition of stormwater and sanitary sewer easements for construction. If you're viewing this YouTube, then you received in the mail a private storm sewer replacement agreement. We have a 20-minute presentation here to explain the project and the agreement. A little bit about the project team. Yourself, of course, of property owners are a major part of the project. Board of Supervisors, Sewer Authority Board. Brad Gottschall is the township manager. Sewer department staff. I am Bill Weaver, the director. John Shear is our department engineer, and he will be providing the end of this presentation. Jim Wetzel is our operations supervisor. John Dibler, I&I coordinator. Clint Krieger, construction crew leader. Eric Morgan, inspection leader. Michelle is our admin staff that will receive the agreements. Alex is our GIS tech, and Shelley is the manager assistant and also the notary for those of you that have a sewer easement that's permanent and needs to be notarized. The consulting engineer is HRG. Jason Hines is the group manager. Justin Mendinsky is also the group manager for the wastewater part. Joshua Sheets is the project engineer for stormwater. Chris Furtick, Brendan Miller, and Jake Hoffman also are working on the stormwater part. Sort of why we're here, we had sewer overflows back in 1993, basement backups, which resulted in a DEP Chapter 94 and clean stream violations. We also exceeded our interceptor capacity at Harrisburg, Susquehanna, and Swadera. The reason for these overflows and backups, the system was built in 1970 and it was made out of asbestos cement pipe, which fails, especially at joints. You can see in this photo to the left is where this joint failure occurs, and then you also have actual missing pieces of pipe from improper backfill. There's another close-up of a missing piece of pipe that's actually in the building sewer portion. For the stormwater part of the project, which is why we're here, you can see the failed corrugated metal storm pipe. We have 80 miles of public storm sewer, 40 miles of private storm sewer. It's all basically failed corrugated metal pipe. There hasn't been much work to the storm sewer system in the last 50 years. A little bit more about the project and the deadlines for the sewer part. Our plan is to replace all the old cement pipe and the clay sewers. And your project was selected and prioritized based on sewer flow metering. And PC-3E showed excessive infiltration when metered during a storm event. So our goal was to eliminate the overflows and basement backups by 2022. This has been accomplished except for this area down to Goose Valley Road, which will show. That's our last overflow remaining in the township. And then the hydraulic overload must be reduced by 2027. And this Claremont project is the last project scheduled to eliminate the hydraulic overload by 2027. So the project scope, I know it's difficult to see on this map, but we do have these maps available on our webpage as well, which John will go over later. This is the overall project. To the north, you can see where the sewer ties into Goose Valley Road coming from Claremont. And this map shows all the sewer system and the stormwater system that's going to be replaced as part of this project. Some of the stormwater was replaced previously. The project will consist of 19,000 feet of sewer pipe, which also includes the private sewers. Most of you have already received those agreements for the sewer part. Also, we have 9,500 feet of stormwater, including the drainage structures. That's why we're here today. Also, miscellaneous work, and this project cost is estimated at $18 million. So the acquisition of these off-street easements, the DEP require the sewer and stormwater projects to be minimized for impacts to streams and wetlands. So we will be required to acquire new easements from property owners with existing sewer easements to relocate the sewers and to minimize the impacts to wetlands and streams. These off-street sewers are owned by the authority. Off-street storm sewers are owned by the property owner. So we have 5 types of these easement documents off-street. We have 26 of you that received the private storm sewer replacement agreement, which we'll go through. Then we have 9 off-street combined sewer easements that have a permanent easement and a storm sewer temporary easement. And then we have 23 sanitary sewer permanent easements and temporary easements. And we're working with the church. They graciously have provided an area for our storage for the equipment and materials for our contractor. So a little bit about the private storm sewer replacement agreement. This was drafted by our solicitor. It basically provides for all the work to be done at no cost to the property owner. We sort of blew up this one phrase here to make sure that the property owners understand that after this work is complete, that we don't assume the maintenance, that any maintenance will be required by the property owner. The storm sewer is going to be built with PVC, so it should last and not require maintenance. There could be some of you that have storm sewer inlets that could require some maintenance. Essentially, the storm sewers that are off of the public right-of-way are, again, owned by the property owner. This agreement allows our temporary access to do the project, and then when the project is complete, this temporary easement automatically extinguishes, and then the maintenance and ownership reverts back to the property owner. So each of you that have received this private storm sewer replacement agreement, there was 26 owners receiving this. This is just an example of what that photo looks like attached to the agreement itself. It shows a legend that has the crosshatch of the temporary construction easement area, and that'll be the area that when you sign the agreement that you're allowing the township and its contractor access onto your property to do this replacement work. For those of you who received the sewer portion of the project, you have a sewer easement on your property, and this will be permanent, and this provides a detail showing what is existing and what is new permanent easement because the sewer had to be relocated. Some of you may have an agreement that has much less of a new permanent easement. It really depends on each property owner and how much the sewer was moved. So the schedule, we'd like to get the property owner meetings. We'll go over in a few minutes. John will go over that. To get those done in the next 2 months. Receive all the easements. Complete the design in September. Bid December. Award December. And have the construction to start sometime in March of next year. It's a 1.5-year project, so we anticipate being done at the end of 2025. So upon request, the staff and an engineer will meet with the property owners to discuss the easements and address any concerns or impacts that the easement may have on your property. We encourage you to schedule these meetings. John will go over that in a few minutes. Then following construction, all easement areas will be restored to the existing condition at no expense to the property owner. Obstructions over the sewer will be addressed on a case-by-case basis. Some of you could have sheds, fences, trees, etc. In most cases, sheds can be relocated, fences temporarily removed and replaced, and trees replaced in a different location adjacent to the easement area. And I'll turn it over to our engineer, John.
Thank you, Bill. This is a draft work zone map um, with the entire project scope included. This map will be finalized here over the next couple months as the final design kinks are worked out and posted to the website. This is how we anticipate the contractor working through the project through these different and various zones in the neighborhood. As I said, once the design is finalized and after the bid and award of the contract is done, this will be finalized and placed on the website for homeowners to reference and follow the project. A little bit of what kind of disruption you can expect on your property while the construction is happening. This is a combination excavation and trenchless project. There will be, as you see in this picture, pipe, manholes, equipment, shoring boxes stored along the street while work is happening. Most of the equipment will be stored in the storage yard, but during work hours, there will be some equipment and material stored on the side of the street. Ahead of time, the contractor will place no parking signs along the street, designating where they'll be that day and assuming places to put things. Please bear with us as we move through the project and monitor the no parking signs, monitor where the contractor is to see where they're going to be next. As I said, this is a combination excavation and trenchless project. This is a couple pictures of some of the sanitary sewer lining. Liner is a felt material that is dipped in resin and then blown into the pipe. It is a trenchless solution. It is, like I said, part of the project. The only disruption with the trenchless is traffic control. You'll see the contractor will set up traffic control, mostly detours in the neighborhood while this is happening. Again, most of the roads in the neighborhood for construction will be detoured. You will still be able to have access to your property. We request and ask that you exercise some patience with the contractor. If you're trying to get to your house while the road is detoured, all we ask is, and the contractors ask, is that you come up, say, hey, I live at this house, I need to get in. They will make arrangements for you to get in and out of your house during construction. Also, as part of this project, as Bill alluded to, and why you have the agreement, is the storm sewer facilities will be replaced as part of this project. Most inlets pipes will be replaced with updated poly pipe and concrete structures. Everything's going to be upgraded to the current PennDOT standards. Some pipes were done previously under a project about 3 to 4 years ago. Those pipes are going to remain in the ground. This is for the other pipes in the neighborhood that are the failed corrugated metal pipes. You as a property owner responsibility, obviously you've received this agreement. If you wish to schedule a meeting with staff to look at the easement area and kind of discuss how the construction will happen, feel free to do that. My information will pop up here in a minute. We ask, especially for these off-street storm and off-street sanitary pipes, to let us know of any underground utilities that you may have. People have private gas, private water lines for swimming pools, sprinkler systems, invisible fences for dogs. Please let us know. If any of those are affected during construction, they will be repaired, but we just ask ahead of time if you know about them to let us know and we can kind of plan around them. And then finally, the last responsibility is to sign the temporary agreements and return them to us. If it is a sanitary easement, it will need a public notary, which we have available here at the township, and we can let you know how to access that during normal business hours. All unsigned permanent sanitary easements will be acquired by eminent domain as part of our consent decree with DEP. Here's my information. If you would like to schedule a meeting to go through and walk the area where the easement's located, please feel free to call me, email me, whatever's easiest, and we can set that up whenever is easiest for you as a property owner. The benefits of these projects, old systems that are just failing, that need to be replaced and improved. Also, as part of these projects, the neighborhood will be paved, the storm sewer will be upgraded, and the environment will be protected by the elimination of overflows and backups. Our township notification system, we strongly encourage all residents in the project area to sign up for this. However you want to sign up to receive via text, calls, emails, this is a system we will utilize during the construction to notify you of what road closures and detours are happening in addition to the website. This is a way for us to kind of give you up-to-minute information without you having to go on a website. Again, we strongly encourage all residents to sign up for this, and so we can utilize this and keep everybody up to date. Another way to stay up to date is our website. We will keep that up to date as best as we can through the project. If at any point during construction or before construction you have any other questions and you don't email me, my new sewer at lowerpaxtonpa.gov is another fantastic resource for you to utilize. This is monitored by a variety of us during business hours. Please utilize that email during construction, before construction, if you don't reach out to me with any questions or issues. Thank you for watching the presentation. Again, the email is there for questions, and we look forward to hearing and talking to you all.